Why does the average man think that he could fully beat a professional female fighter?
So I know society tells us, women, that we don't need a man, but good golly, like right now, one would be really handy. So I'm very glad that I do have one in my life to help with these kind of jobs. Oh my goodness. To the younger generation of women out there, don't believe the lies that society tells you about masculinity being toxic. It's not. It's a beautiful thing to have a man in your life to do those strong things that sometimes us women just cannot do.
Apparently, the law is coming after women who make spicy content. We've got a video for you here today from Araco TV. Let's jump into it.
As Florida governor in year one, I will push for the first of its kind OnlyFans sin tax. If you are a so-called OnlyFans creator in Florida, you are going to pay 50% to the state on whatever you so-called earn via that online degeneracy platform. And that money will be used to fund our education system, will be used to fund the crisis pregnancy centers, will be used to fund the first of its kind mental health czar for men in particular. And so if I'm governor of Florida, if I'm elected on August 18th, 2026, as the Republican candidate to succeed Ron DeSantis, we're passing a 50% tax on all OnlyFans income. And guess what? For Sophie Rain, who is a proud resident of Florida, that means she's going to have to pay $42 million to the state of Florida.
Me personally, I don't think taxes like this should be legal. I don't really like the government trying to take more money from people. However, I do find this to be absolutely hilarious, and so many women are going to be losing their minds over this crap.
Never in my whole life did I think that I would wake up and see a Florida politician trying to start beef with me for clout. So he's proposing a sin tax on bops where we would have to pay 50% to the state on top of the 37 I already paid to the government. I never usually get into politics, but there are clearly better ways to raise funds from actual corrupt businesses in our country. I think that people also fail to realize that there are so many creators on this platform that do this job because they're struggling. So to tax them like that when they're literally doing it just to support their families is sad.
That argument makes no sense when you consider that the vast majority of OF creators at best rake in about $150 a month last I'd heard, if that. You can't even support yourself on that kind of money, let alone a family. She just wants to keep her money.
You're keeping a table distance from me.
Yeah, I think you're disgusting, and I just want to make sure that I keep my distance from you.
Don't want to catch the chlamydia, hey?
I mean, I'm sure that's not surprising to hear.
No, I get that a lot.
Nobody can blame people for acting that way around Bonnie Blue. In all honesty, she brought all of that negativity on herself with her degenerate behavior. It's only natural for regular people to be disgusted around her. She truly is that depraved.
Sure, that's just lit.
Okay.
What are you doing? I need to look on the hat.
A few moments later.
Can you sign my hat?
What?
Can you sign my hat? Sign
Your
my
hat?
Yeah, sign
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Wait, I want to sign.
Huh?
Can I see it?
Yeah, you can sign.
Look at that shirt. That shit's lit.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Who are you? Who? Where the f you even come from?
Even look on the hat.
This is why you can't trust modern women, especially around alcohol. Women like this are so dazzled by a dude in a hat that the idea of autographing it is enough to make her forget that she had her body all over a guy literally 5 seconds ago.
I put a heart too.
Oh, you did?
Love me. She want me. She want me.
Alyssa.
Nice to meet you,
What's your name?
I'm Trey.
Detroit?
Trey.
Trey.
Yeah.
Do you spell T-R-E-Y?
Yeah, T-R-E-Y.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You got Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get your Instagram. Hey, no, she not. Just took her.
Who the f you to put me on trial? I've never even met you. So why don't you back it off, all right?
I think you got to be my speaker name. No, she's not.
I don't hang out with him. I work with him, and that's it. I tried to introduce him to a few nice people. He made a fool of himself. I don't mess with him, baby. That's not me.
Thank you. Have a good night, all right?
At this point, this dude should just turn around, walk away, and never look back, in my opinion. This woman has already proven how disloyal she is, and trying to convince her to go home with you is just asking for more trouble than it's worth.
Physique is 100% in your control.
I think there are more things that are out of your control. It is so much more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat like crap. If I go to the grocery store and I just want to buy a bunch of frozen meals, that's going to be so much cheaper than me going and buying fresh produce and fresh fruit and everything.
There are countless men out there who have lost significant amounts of weight, and these men did it without complaining about how hard it is for the most part. This woman just wants to make excuses because she feels like she shouldn't have to lose weight. Her justification makes no sense.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
30.
31. You nailed it.
I liked her.
Oh.
What did he say?
I gotta say, I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. That is crazy.
You can tell that this woman is a stand-up comedian because she's not capable of coming up with an actual comeback to a guy who said something so simple. This is why most female comedians really aren't that funny.
What? Why are you slamming things? I'm just talking to Kevin.
It's 11:30 p.m. Kevin has a girlfriend. Why is he texting another man's woman in bed?
Oh my God, here we go. He is Platonic. We've been friends since college.
Men don't have a platonic female friend they text at midnight. We have women we are waiting to sleep with.
Dang, you are so disgusting. Not every guy is a predator like you. He's like a brother to me.
A brother? If you called him right now and said, come over, I'm lonely, would he come over to talk or to smack?
It's incredibly rare for a man to be friends with a woman in a genuine way. If she's texting him at midnight, that clearly means there's something more there. And when a woman straight up calls her boyfriend a predator for calling him out, it's fairly obvious what she wants, and it's not her boyfriend.
I wouldn't do that. That's not the point. The point is you don't trust me.
I trust you. I don't trust the orbiter who is hovering around waiting for our relationship to fail.
So I can't have male friends? That is toxic and controlling. You are insecure.
Secure men don't tolerate disrespect. Keeping a backup option on your phone is disrespect.
Well, I'm not cutting him off. He's my support system.
Great. Then let him support you, because I'm not competing for a position I already earned.
Where are you going? It's midnight. You're leaving over a text?
I'm leaving because you enjoy the attention of other men, and I don't share.
Call Kevin. Tell him he's up. The spot
Are
is
you
open.
serious right now? He's just my friend Cole. You're being ridiculous.
A woman with many male friends is a woman with many backup plans. I'm not plan A. I'm the only plan.
If a woman ever puts you in a position where she's giving you an ultimatum like that, then she clearly doesn't respect you. And if that man decides that he's done and walks away, then he has every right to, because she cares more about herself than she actually does about him anyway.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out.
He's recording herself trying to dry his $2,000 gaming rig. There is no way she actually did that by accident. She sacrificed his property for her TikTok clout.
Hey, you laughing? My wife is a Spanish, and she's dark soul. We will destroy you. I'll show you don't with you. I'll show you don't with you. Find you another DOT. We done it. Close that door. I'm arrested. I'm a hard up. She fucking play with me. I know it ain't you. Watch her play with me. You recording me? You recording me? Are you recording me? She recording me. She recording me. You recording me. Some of this. You got hurt to me. I'm arrested this area. Delete that video. And you go viral. I'm suing for tears. I know all these bitch, niggas, bitch. You saw, bitch.
Considering that airports were never all that relaxing to begin with, and you combine that with how modern women are becoming more and more unhinged by the day, it wouldn't be surprising if that's the tamest encounter the airport staff had that week. There wasn't a man that was looking at her. She's obviously pretending. If she was aggressively looking at a man like that, he would stick up for himself. But she's just staring into empty space and imagining what she would do if a man were to ever look at her. It's not the same thing.
Well, we know that no one hates women more than other women, and in a recent study that will be shocking to absolutely no one, the results showed that male students show more tolerance for their political enemies than females show for their own allies. That's right. In other words, women are meaner to people on their own side than men are to people who sit on the opposite side of an issue. Look at this chart. What do you notice? Well, there is no overlap between the genders. Being a man is what makes you more tolerant. That's literally it. So that's probably why when we get home and complain about that bit Becky at work and the men in our lives don't seem to care, it's not that they don't care about us, they're just unbothered in their lane, moisturized, thriving. And in this specific study, men were 3.5 times more likely than women to be tolerant of someone they disagreed with. So basically, none of this is surprising, though I think the only people who will fight the results of this study are liberal women.
That's because a lot of modern women just insist on making enemies wherever they go. They love the idea of creating drama and chaos, and when you combine that with a woman's natural desire to want to sabotage things, it shouldn't be surprising to anybody that this is what the study actually found. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.